Hey folks, it's Leah. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video that I have not seen before. It's been chosen by someone else, so I'm coming in completely cold. It's called Jade and Julie Compare Diets. It's from this thing called Supersize versus Superskinny. I'm going to watch this and hope that it's not awful, but I feel like it's probably going to be, and give my honest reaction to how this show treats fat people. So let's jump in.
Jade and Julie's weights are worlds
already.
apart, but their cravings for candy and caffeine are about to collide.
Okay, already. So I'm 13 seconds in. What is it with 13 seconds? I feel like I was going to make a Taylor Swift reference, but I don't think most people are going to get it. Just the fact that they strip these women down to their underwear and just like put the camera all up and down their bodies is like so objectifying already. Like just even the first shot of the sequence that we're watching is like already so objectifying. Like nobody walks around in their bra and panties. Like it's so odd that they would feel the need to put people on national or like international television in their underwear. Like at least give them like, I don't know, a bathing suit or like you could give them something that's like form fitting that people can see their bodies without showing all of their bodies. It's just really weird. It definitely makes me never want to be on a show like this because I'm like, I don't want to like be on the internet half naked. Like that would really freak me out. I don't know. This is bizarre to me. Also, fat girl, not that fat. So I'm already disappointed by the supersize in the title, honestly.
Oh my god. I could be like a leg and a bit of a stomach.
Sorry. Fuck you. Do you hear what she just said? She's like, oh my god. Actually, she said, oh my god. I could be like a leg and a bit of a stomach. Okay. So like you're so thin that you make up like a small portion of her body. Like, isn't that the entire point of this show, is that you are extremely thin and she is much fatter than you? Like, that's the point of the show. Thank you for stating the obvious in like the rudest and like most stigmatizing way. She doesn't say it in a like, oh, I'm so thin and self-conscious about how thin I am. She says it like a celebration of like, oh my god, I'm so much thinner and hotter than her. Like, fuck you, lady. I don't like this girl.
What do you weigh?
I weigh 23 stone 8.
Right,
What's
I'm
yours?
5 stone 9.
My god, she's small. And she looks quite fragile.
Yes.
I didn't know an adult could be that small. My god.
Accurate.
That's a quarter of me.
I also did not know an adult could be that small. She's so little.
Jade and Julie have provided details of a typical week's meals, which they'll be swapping over to highlight the danger zones in their diet.
So Jade, we're going to start with you. I'm going to start with breakfast. Let's have a look.
Hang on. The narrator just said that they have each provided a typical week's meals. I'm going to call bullshit on that because this is television. I guarantee you that they actually said, what is like the most you've ever eaten in a day? I bet you anything that is not how they framed it when they asked about it, but they're going to present it here like this is how people always eat because of course it's like television. They have to make it salacious, right? And probably the same thing with the thin girl. I bet you the thin girl's like, well, I once went a whole week and didn't eat anything. So the fat girl's going to get like a huge amount of food and the thin girl's going to have like one pea dropped into like the thing. Oh man. I already don't think that they're being honest with us, but let's carry on.
Little bit of toast. Anything else?
No.
Let's go on to lunch. Is that it? That looks about one lunch to me. Come on, dinners.
Also, why are they just wasting all this food? Why is TV so wasteful? Like, I know it's like for a visual. It kind of reminds me, like, I haven't actually seen the show, but like from what I've heard of like analyses of it and stuff, how they get like on The Biggest Loser, they get all the people like to strip down to their skivvies and go on stage and like stand on a scale that like is clearly just for show. And so it's clear that they've already like weighed them backstage and everything, and there's no surprises for the contestants, but it's like, how do we like make this as much of a spectacle as possible? Like all the stuff that they're going to be putting in the tube, presumably they've already spoken to the women about it. So like there's no surprises here for them, but they have to do it in the most spectacle way. Like it's so bizarre.
Now, although that doesn't look very much, there is one huge swimming pool sized thing missing. You substitute most of your meals for caffeine, 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 caffeine.
It's thought the safe amount of caffeine is 400 milligrams per day, which is about 4 cups of coffee. Jade drinks 2.5 times this amount, the equivalent of 10 cups of coffee. This level of consumption could easily become caffeine addiction. The side effects of this can include high levels of anxiety, stomach complaints, and irritability.
Is this the thin girl? Because that might explain why she was such a bitch earlier to the other lady, just saying if irritability is a side effect.
All right, Julie, start with your breakfast. Let's have a look. Where are the other two? Apples, bananas, and ice cream. Great, let's have a look at lunch.
This thin girl over here just being like, at everything that comes out, like, piss off. She didn't do that with your stuff.
A woman of Julie's size would normally be consuming nearly 4,000 calories a day.
Sorry? Citation needed. Look at this stuff. They're like, a woman of Julie's size would normally be consuming 4,000 calories a day. Says who? Do we have a survey of everything everyone eats and exactly how fat they are and everything? Like the stuff that people will say with literally no basis is mind-boggling. Oh my God. 4,000 calories. And then the other girl is probably like, because I imagine coffee is hardly anything in it. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't actually know. But so they're going to be like, and what's her name? Jade, on average, someone her size eats minus 523 calories. I hate this already. Okay.
According to the food diary she gave, she's consuming just over 3,000.
Okay, listen. There is one purpose to showing the food in that tube that way, and it is to make you feel a sense of disgust. This is not disgusting food. This is perfectly palatable food, but it's like this thing where they have to make the fat girl's food look terrible. You notice they're not really showing the thin girl's food and being like, oh, look how gross it looks in this tube. Of course it looks gross in the tube. It probably looks better when it hits bottom of her stomach, honestly. Like, Jesus. Ugh.
The calorie count from Julie's food diary says that she ought to be losing weight, but I know that she's 24 stone and she is still piling on the pounds.
Oh, great. So, right. So Julie's also a liar, it turns out, because he's just said that her calories should be causing her to lose weight. How he knows that, no idea. But it should be causing her to lose weight, but she's not. So she must be lying. And the other thing too is like, we've known for so long that this whole calories in, calories out thing is bullshit, because there's like 20 different mechanisms that your body has to prevent you from losing weight. If calories in, like there's a bit in Lindo Bacon's book that actually gives a number, and they were saying that like, if calories in, calories out actually accounted for weight, thin people would have to eat within 50 calories a year to stay the same weight that they are. And that's like an egg. Like, that's just not how bodies work, right? They eat when they're hungry, they finish when they're not, and then they go about their day. When they're hungry again, they eat again, right? Like, we have certain cues. When we're hungry and we eat, our bodies are like, okay, great, let's process this normally. When we're hungry and we deprive ourselves, our bodies are like, you know what? Seems like there's a shortage of food. You know what we should do? Next time we get some food, let's make sure we store a little for later. And that's how our body becomes fatter. This is a basic biological function. If you are short on food, your metabolism will slow because your body's like, we don't want to run out. So our bodies don't want to lose weight because gaining fat is a protective mechanism. It's a survival mechanism that we evolved over time for when there was scarcity in food. So that if there was a famine, if there was some reason that we didn't have enough food, our bodies could be like, all right, we're ready, guys. Just start burning the extra resources that we've stored on this person's body, and we'll be able to get through it. It's a poor source of energy. Our bodies don't like burning our fat because it's not as good a source of energy as actual food energy, but it can survive. So like, it would be really, really odd for a body to be like, you know what? let's just get rid of all this fat. Let's get rid of all this fat. We're never going to need it. Even though there have been times when we put it on because we thought there was scarcity and we were worried about the future, but we're never going to need it. So let's just get rid of all this. And like, your body's not going to do that. So our bodies hate losing weight. So the idea that like he can look at her food journal and be like, no, she's lying. She's lying. She's supposed to be losing weight, but she's not. Like, come on. Come on. You don't know every mechanism going on in her body. Come on. That's absurd.
So with Christian keeping a watchful eye, could Julie be in for a hard week in the feeding clinic?
I like food. I like it, so I eat it.
Girl, same. Yep. I like food too. And I also eat what I like. And I am not sorry for it. That's the end of the video. But oh boy, that was a ride. That was a ride. I am not loving it. I already don't love this series. Already I'm like, do I want to react to any more of these? Even though they are on my list, provided from, recommendations of stuff to react to. And I am very much not, I'm not looking forward to more of these because already I'm just so mad. But yeah, at least I didn't swear it off like my 600-pound life, I think it's called. I was just like, no more of this. Nope, not doing it. This doctor needs to go now. It was pretty bad, actually. Anyway, yeah, so thanks for joining me for this reaction today. And if you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. And if you're enjoying the content, then I request humbly a subscribe from you because I've recently learned that over 85% of my viewers aren't subscribed, which is kind of nutty when you think about it. Other than that, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.